Right, hello guys. I'm not sure if we're actually up and running or whether it's still buffering or got any issues with it. So we'll give that a shot. Sorry. Is it okay now? No idea. Sorry guys. I tried 5 times there. I don't know why it's buffering. Really don't know why. Sorry. Sorry to everybody who were there. Yeah, crazy. I'm on 500 up and 500 down on my speed test, so really don't know why. And I'm hardwired in as well. I'm not on Wi-Fi, and I have a separate LAN for the office down here. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm really not sure why it's done that. So whether it was something to do with, I don't know, the stream on YouTube or not, I really don't know. But is it PC's time? I've just put another hard drive in it. I put it in last week because I had a hard drive issue, but it's now got a 1 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro in it. So yeah, I can only think it's YouTube, because it was buffering on my YouTube because I've got YouTube on as well as OBS and everything opened up. So yeah, I don't know guys. Sorry. And then I started another stream off and that didn't work either, so I ended up logging out of YouTube and logging back in and starting this one up. So yeah, really don't know. Can't say why that did what it did, but it did that. So yeah, I do apologise, chat, but out of my control on that one, just as we were getting to know people as well. So sorry about that, chat. Sorry, but it's one of those things. Boxing Day, I think all these people will be logging on somewhere in the world, and it's probably come down, or Cloudflare's probably come down again, hasn't it, like it did the other week, and decided to bring everybody down. So, but never mind. I don't generally get buffering issues at all. But saying that, I am looking at moving. I'm with Virgin at the moment on my broadband, and I think I might have mentioned this already. I'm doing it comes to an end on 10th of January. Does my 2-year deal with them. Is it 2-year, 18-month deal, whatever it is, what I've had with them. Anyway, they've offered to put me on a 1 gig up and down business package for £40 a month. The same package on the website is £32 a month for a new customer, moving to 37. So I've basically said, well, you need to do something if you want that. They've cut a long story short, 3 months I've been on with them. They're absolutely terrible. And they just keep spewing same AI generated response to me on email. They're absolutely crap. Yes, I'm back. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for joining back. I've done some price comparison checks, and I can go to another supplier which supplies my address. Is it buffering again? Oh, I thought you got me on that one, Andy. Sorry. So Virgin offered me £40 a month for a 1 gig up, 1 gig down. You got me on that one. Or I can go with, there's about 3 or 4 other suppliers which are offering me for £25 a month. So considerably less for the first 9 months, moving up to £27.99, so £28 a month. But I get 2.3 gigabit up and down. And I'm like, well, it's more than twice the speed and a third at cost. So I've said to Virgin, look, if you want to keep me, just do something. I'll stay with you. Just put me on a new customer package. I'll pay you 32 quid a month. I just don't want to spend 40 quid a month for something you're selling to your other people at that. And they're just refusing to do anything. So I said, fine. I'll go elsewhere then. And they're like, okay. And you just think they've either got too many customers or they just don't give a jot about the ones that they've got. But I thought there was a ruling made a few years ago where they said they couldn't charge existing customers or new customers different deals to existing ones. Yeah, I know. I went with them because one of my customers worked for them, and he said to me, he says, look, I'll put you on friends and family discount. And I said, no, it's all right, because I'm getting a good deal. And it was a good deal. And they cocked up royally on my original install. So without going too much into it, what they ended up doing, they said, look, we're really, really sorry. We'll credit you 3 months of bills. I said, okay, not a problem. And it was 30 quid a month or whatever it was. So I said, fine. So cut long story short, they charged me the first month. So I rang them and went, you've charged me for this. Oh, no, we haven't. I went, you've charged me for this. Come out and bank. Look in my account. It's showing actually on your account as well. You've charged me for it. Are you sure? I went, yeah, I'm sure. So I said to them, you just basically refund me. You shouldn't be charging me. Okay, we'll refund you. So they refunded me a month. So month 2 came, they charged me again. You're paying €13 for 1 gig up and down and TV. Wow, that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Certainly better than rip-off Brain. So month 2 came and they charged me for month 2. So I rang them and I went, you've done the same again, you've charged me again. No, we haven't. I went, you've charged me again. Sorry about that, we'll refund you. So they refunded me 2 months. So now I've got a total refund of 3 months, which was in actual fact where they should have refunded me. So month 3 came, well, they charged me again. So I rang and went, you've charged me again for month 3. What is it you're doing? You know, can't you kind of add up? Oh, I was so sorry. We'll refund you. I went, well, you've refunded me anyway. I said, but it would have been nice to know. You've got 10 gigabytes in Portugal, up and down, 27 euros. I need to move to Portugal. I need to move to Portugal. So she says, well, we'll escalate this. I said, well, to be honest, I'm not happy with the way it is. I said, you messed up royally with me coming to you. You've now messed up every single month after this. I've got no real faith or confidence that you know what you're doing, basically, because they messed up on install and whatnot as well. So, right, we'll escalate this, but rest assured, I'll refund you. So you don't need to refund me. No, I'll refund you. So a couple of days later, I get this woman then from UK ringing me. I'm head of customer retention service or whatever. I don't know what it was. I've read through your case files. We can see that we've messed up. I'd like to offer you goodwill and refund all 3 months. I said, you've actually refunded me. She said, no, we've not. I went, you have. She said, no, we've not. I went, fine. If you don't believe it, you have, refund me again. So they refunded me again. So I got another 3 months refund. But the problem was the first girl I spoke to 2 to 3 days earlier also must have put a refund through. So I got 6 months worth of refund plus the 3 what they'd given me. So I got 9 months worth of refund out of them. But they're just incompetent. They're absolutely incompetent. And you start thinking to yourself, do you know, if you're that stupid that you can't actually see on an account spreadsheet somewhere along the line that you've refunded me 9 times rather than just 3 like you should, and it takes a customer to actually point that out to you, you're in the wrong job. You really shouldn't be doing the job you're doing, because clearly you're not competent enough to do it. I mean, where else would you expect incompetence like that to be okay? It just wouldn't. You know, you won't go to the doctor and say, well, you know what, I know you've chopped wrong leg off, so we'll let you off. It's just, I know the scale of it's completely different, but incompetence is incompetence. If they can't do the job, they shouldn't be doing it. So it annoyed me a little bit. And then, as I say, 3 months it's now taken me to actually get to the crux of them trying to offer me a package, what they can't offer me, because, and they just get you to jump through all these hoops. You spend 4 hours on talking to a robot for them to go, well, we can't do it. Well, I know you can't do it. Just cancel my contract. So I think I'm going to go with somebody else. So £25 a month for 2.3 gigabytes up and down. I don't do TV. I've got Netflix. That's the only thing I've got. So I'm not bothered about any TV packages. But some of those packages you've put in chat, wow. mean, that Portugal one, Sparta, 10 gigabytes up and down. Is it really substantially quicker having 10 gigabytes down? Because a lot of websites won't feed you and spit the information out that quick, will it? Because I was told that you need 7 meg for Netflix, and you need 40 meg for websites, because most of them limit the data they put out to 40 meg. Better part of the deal is there's no 2-year loyalty. You can leave after 3 months, so they don't even tie you in for that. Wow. We're being bent over in the UK for, yeah, cows. I completely agree. We're being overcharged. You look at a prime example is YouTube subscription. You can buy a worldwide subscription from other countries for equivalent of 15 UK pounds, or 15. It was $15 actually. $15. But in UK we get charged, what is it, £15 per month. And Netflix, it's the same. And they're only doing it because we can afford to pay more in UK. I disagree with it. If you can afford to pay it, you pay it. If you can't afford to pay it, you shouldn't pay it. But why for other countries should we subsidise? I really don't agree with it. But I'm probably in the minority there. But yeah, I do feel in UK we do get stitched up to some degree about different prices. Oh God, I've gone and done it, Anna. Why didn't you tell me? I needed to put this in before I did that. I needed to put that in before I did that. Yeah, so I can't even remember a provider which I was looking at. I'd not. Oh, fourth utility, I think they're called, or something like that. It's obviously a non-generic one. It's, you know, it could well be one or other players just with a budget version to try and capitalise on some market, what they're missing out on, because nobody wants to go with, I don't know, Sky, let's say, or whoever. So it's probably one of those, or just a company renting lines off them and buying it on bulk. So I'm not too sure how well the service will be, but it's usually down to the amount of people who are on in your local area anyway. So I'm thinking if I can get on round here and there's not that many people on it, I've probably got a good share ratio on that. I pay for Netflix. I was on a package where I subscribed to Netflix through one of other countries, you know, VPN trick, which you may have heard of. I think I now pay whatever it is in UK, because they keep closing loopholes, don't they? But I was paying something like £1 or £2, 12p or something a month for Netflix Premium. Now I'm on whatever it is a month, 16 quid a month or 15 quid a month. I don't bother with 4K version. I've got a 65-inch TV, but to be quite honest, I don't think 4K version really offers that much on picture quality on it. And since not subscribing to 4K version, I cannot say I've noticed much difference in picture quality at all. They still do 5.1 and 7.1 and things like that. So yeah, I've not really noticed. Yeah, I honestly can't remember how much I pay. I think for Netflix it's in UK. I mean, I'm sure somebody in chat will be able to tell us, but I can't quite remember what UK price is. Am I going to be able to get enough gap in there to get that put on without taking all this to pieces? Probably not. Probably not. No, that's going to come back off. Bugger. I don't think Netflix is too bad value, if I'm being honest. I think YouTube's best value at whatever we pay individually for YouTube, because I think the amount of stuff that is available on YouTube. And there are different qualities on YouTube, obviously, me being at the premium end. No, you can get very good watchable stuff, as you're probably all aware, watching some creators on YouTube. They produce some very, very high quality, and the quality of stuff is going up all the time with some incredible content on it. And because it's very bespoke, you don't have to watch the same drivel as, you know, your wife or your partner or your boyfriend or whoever it might be. You can watch what really floats your boat and whatnot, to get that done. Which is one thing I like about it. I tend to indulge more on the YouTube stuff than I do on normal, certainly terrestrial TV in the UK. I find is exceptionally poor. Unless you're into soap operas, there's not a great deal to really float my boat, and I don't watch soap operas. And I couldn't even tell you what the Christmas specials this year were on TV. Was it 2 Ronnies? Problems with those streaming services: if you want to get access to everything, you need to subscribe to them all, and you get a better experience for free if you sail the 7 seas. Yeah, I know what you mean on that one. You wear your eye patch. There are other subscription services for sailors as well, on Debrid and whatnot. If you're aware of that, Sparta, and when you start combining those with the ability of some of these non-legitimate services, they do offer, like you say, you've got to take it with the risk is involved, but they do offer a better experience in the whole, because everything's in one place. And I think that's the downside, because everyone's jumped on the bandwagon and saying we want a streaming services of his own, that it just makes it too difficult for a consumer to say, well, I'll just have this or I'll just have this. They need to come to grips. It's a bit like we had batteries, isn't it, back in the 80s, where every manufacturer had their own shape and thing of battery. And it's a bit like that with streaming services. There's that many people wanting to jump on and be number one. We're not actually getting a decent level of service as a consumer. We're again, we're being exploited. Hey Tom, sorry about going offline as soon as you logged in earlier. It was the stream went down. Sorry about that, Tom. Not blaming you at all, but just don't do it again. I hope I didn't dislodge that thing at the bottom there. Is Trump still suing BBC? They can't pass. I thought it was still. I mean, it were wrong what they did, or the way they edited it all together. Whether you love Trump or hate Trump, BBC or journalists can't create propaganda, which is what they created. But I mean, it's common in a lot of countries, similar things, isn't it? But yeah, it were wrong what they did, and they did it for sensationalism journalism, didn't they? That was the point behind that one. But I think that's only because he was gutted because he didn't win Nobel Peace Prize, wasn't it? He wanted to be nominated and win that, didn't he? He's a character and a half, though. Did you hear him with his Christmas messages when he were ringing children? It were all political for him. It was just a bit of hype and a bit of whatnot for him to publicise his campaign when he were ringing the children in America for the Christmas wishes, whatever it was. Him and, is it Ilana Trump or somebody? I can't remember her name. Melania Trump isn't it? I use Torbox. It's the Debrid. Not heard of Torbox. Not heard of that one. I had a customer using PM. I can't remember what it's called now, but one called PM. And I think he said he paid about €30 a year, and he got all premium links. Nothing live. That was just premium VODs. As you're aware, I didn't get anything live with that. But you only have to go on Facebook and everything like that, and people are throwing them subscriptions at you. There's one guy on Facebook who keeps posting free ones. No idea how he makes money, but yeah. I have one, I think that one screw is for under there. 1, 2, 3, yeah, I think that one's for under there anyway. So we can pop that on like so. Goes on there. Clunk, click it in. I need to stop saying clunk click, and I won't say that. Push that in, push that in, push that in, push that in, and stick his knob back on. Put that on first before I stick that knob back on. Good job I didn't stick it down yet. Oh, crikey. We'll just keep that one over there for safekeeping, and that will stick that back on. Shove that on there, and we'll get that big one on there. That lined up. Oh, we're cooking on gas now, chat. Cooking on gas. Eject, eject, eject. It did. It flew off, didn't it? Like it was running for its life. I did that one. See if we can get these tiny ickle screws in that hole there. And this tiny one there. And then that one goes in the hole just there. This is for a friend of mine, this, so I just wanted to get it, made sure I got it working for him. We have a flashing light, so let me just turn this back on and just make sure we have this face cam. Oh dear. Thumbstick right. Reset right. There we go. Set right. Up, down. Yeah, it's now working. Calibrate. 1, 2, 3. Next. Confirm. Done. That is now working. So yes, that were a faulty. It were a faulty one of these. So that were a brand new one. That one, I would imagine, the majority of Americans choose him because they said he was lesser of two evils, which boggles the mind. Yeah. I have a view about politics. I don't talk about politics, but I have a view about politics. Are they really any different from each other, no matter what colours they wear? I'm not particularly aligned for anybody. Yes, there's some worse than others, some better than others, but a lot of them have got an ego, what they want to fulfil. And that's because they've got the drive and the passion, like elite sports people. They, you usually find so many of them are so driven, and politicians are no different. They're driving themselves for primarily their own good, because that's how they get to where they are. It's just whether that's the right person to lead or not. But yeah, can't say I love them or hate them. What I am going to do, I'm just going to take that to pieces and see what's actually in there, because I've never took one of these. Never took one of these to pieces. I don't know if you guys have. So I'll just flip the side off there and just see what's in here. Ouch! Slice my fingers open. That one there a little bit better. Meow, yeah. I think politics is it's a bit like religion, isn't it? That it's such a decisive thing. So I'm fortunate that I don't feel that passionate about it to really have an argument or a debate either way. Do I agree with what they're doing when they're in power? Probably not. Do I think other side could do it better? Probably not. Do I think they spend too much time catfighting between themselves and blaming each other for stuff which has gone wrong? Yeah, they do. If it's that bad, just get on and sort it out. But reality is they can't sort it out because there's other fundamentals which are tying their hands in society. And that's stuff what we need to sort out. We need to sort society out, not necessarily the people governing society. If there were more accountability from the individuals, it would be a lot better. Ooh, that's not a great deal in there. I don't know what you guys were expecting. I don't know whether I were expecting that at all. Good job I'm not putting it back together. But yeah, not a great deal. Wonder why it didn't work. Because there's not. Where's my camera? There it is. Not a great deal in there. And it is all brand new. I used to have a view, but all of them was the same. My father-in-law said, anyone that wants to have a career as a politician probably shouldn't be a politician. Yeah, I think you're probably right there. They might go into it with one idea, but it quickly gets skewed. There's too many. I think there's just too much stopping people getting into getting or being able to do the right thing. I think that's probably more the problem, is that there's too many barriers in the way to really make a difference. At what needs to happen. You know, businesses have too much say in stuff, and yeah, there's too much money, corruption, influence, everything like that. So I don't have a view. I don't have an opinion. So it's the unfortunate thing of society that you're supposed to have an opinion, you're supposed to care, and people would say, well, if you don't have an opinion, you don't care, what's the point in being? Well, we're never going to change it. It takes more than one person's your opinion to actually change something, I suppose. And I'm not that person. I'm not that person to change it. Wish I was. Just not me. But we're all cut out a little bit different on there. We'll keep the little spudger, because the little spudger's quite a nice little sturdy spudger. That quite like that. I don't think I'll bother with tweezers though, but I'm not charging them, so that's that. Oh dear me. So sorry about the stream earlier, gentlemen. So I would say now both those can go back on the shelf as done. I'll leave the thing on charge for a little while. So we've managed to do the. I'll have a look on the. I think you said hold plus down and start. This is Nintendo Switch. So I will have a look at that. I don't know if Andy's watching, but yeah, got it all booted up with that software Andy on there, and. Oh, hardware fuses. Yeah, it really doesn't mean anything to me. The amount I've used a Nintendo Switch over the years is minuscule. I've got Mario Kart in there, and that's about it. So I'll do a bit of research and see what's what with that. But yeah, I'm pleased we got that working. I'm pleased Zoe got it working, really, because it's hers and it's been in pieces for a few weeks now. So I'm pleased that she got all that working and sorted out. So very Andy Pack. Is Andy Pack something specific? Is that very Andy Pack something specific, or is that very Andy Pack our Andy? Am I being ignorant there? Very limited edition. Oh right, okay. Oh, it's our Andy, is it? Oh, right. There we go. I didn't want to say whether it was that, but it was Andy what sent me the link for the software. So and he's been invaluable advice and things like that. As we all know, he is anyway. That's why we watch his streams, because he's good at what he does and everything else. But Yeah, there is. I'll watch the video that was recommended, and get that all set up, because I would imagine there's a few bits and bobs. I don't do online gaming. We've got Mario Kart installed. That's one we generally play. But I think where the benefit will come into is if rather than a swapping, she's got about 12 games, 13 games, something like that. And he is the best. He is very much in the best. She's got about half a dozen games or so, cartridges, games. So I think if I can get all them onto memory card to help when we go away, that we're not carrying them all about, that'll be a benefit. But can you put films on here and watch films as well? Is that, so you can use it like a handheld media player? Is that something I can do as well? Because that might be useful. If that is the case, but I don't really want to touch anything because I don't know what I'm doing. As you may gather, I haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue on that one. Yeah, get it all done. But yeah, it would be useful if I can put films and whatnot on it. So at least on the plane, it can be used as a media player with some headphones and whatnot, rather than just using the phone all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting lost if I carry on going through here. I did that one before, didn't I? So yeah, I will watch a video. So see what's on there. So gentlemen, that is my Christmas stream all done. I know we did the first half where we were doing the Switch. And Zoe, thank you so much for that. I do really appreciate it. And I will try and maybe get another stream done. Maybe Monday, and whatnot. I do apologise for the breakup. I think it was YouTube which must have gone down, because my side was performing okay. So yeah, I don't know why, but we were back up and running. So we had 3 attempts at getting it right, but we got it right in the end. And the bonus is we got that done. We saw the Luke Skywalker and whatnot, and we got the controllers done as well for my friend. So I will wish you all a very, very good New Year. If I don't see you, if I do, it might be Monday, but if not, guys, have a super New Year. Whatever you've got planned, really enjoy the time with your friends, family, or festivities, or whatever you're doing, and just really enjoy yourself. Met most every day of what we've got, and enjoy it all. So thank you so much for it. You get to hit like on all the streams tonight. So there
PCDD, you little shit.
Thanks, Grass. So if you've not hit that like, guys, just hit that like button. And we will catch up very soon. Thanks again, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.